Hi guys, welcome to this video lecture. We're still on our series on quadratic equations. In this particular video, we're looking at how to solve quadratic equations using completing the square method. So this is the third method of solving quadratic equations. In our previous lessons, we've seen how to solve quadratic equations using the formula method and also the factoring method. You can go to my playlist on quadratic equations to see all the videos that I've done on quadratic equations. I have other extensive lecture series on my playlist. It's going to help you so much in your studies. So let's look at the steps that are needed in solving quadratic equations using completing the square method. The first step is move your constant to the right side of the equation. So this is one of the difference between the factoring method and the completing the square method. In the completing the square method, unlike the factoring method, you have to move the constant to the right side of the equation. The next thing you're expected to do is divide the entire equation by the coefficient of x squared. The only time you don't do this is when the coefficient of x squared is 1. So you can see that in this example, the coefficient of x squared is not 1. So we have to do this second step. But in a situation where you have a coefficient of 1, so if you have x squared, you know that the coefficient is 1. So if the coefficient is 1, you don't need to do step 2. Step 3, add the square of half the coefficient of x to both sides of the equation. So the coefficient of x, for example, in this equation is minus 14. So we have to add the square of half the coefficient of x. You are going to see what we are going to do with that. The fourth step is factor the perfect square. And then the fifth step is solve each resultant equation. So let's see how to solve it quickly. But remember, all quadratic equations are written in the form ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where a is the coefficient of x squared, b is the coefficient of x, and c is the constant. So in the first step, we are expected to move the constant to the right side. So let's compare this to this. Let's write it down. So this means we are expected to move plus 24 to the right side. When we do that, we are going to have 2x squared minus 14x is equal to minus 24. So we have done the first step. The second step is divide the entire equation by the coefficient of x squared. So the coefficient of x squared is 2. So we're going to divide through by 2. So this will give us 2x squared all over 2 minus 14x all over 2 is equal to minus 24 all over 2. So 2 is going to cancel 2. We have x squared minus 14 divided by 2 will give us 7x is equal to minus 24 divided by 2 will give us minus 12. So we have done the second step. The third step is add the square of half the coefficient of x to both sides of the equation. So now the coefficient of x is minus 7. So we are going to add the square of half of that. So half of minus 7 is minus 7 all over 2. And then the square of that is what we are going to add. Okay, the square of half of minus 7, which is the coefficient of x. We are going to add this to both sides. So this will give us x squared minus 7x plus minus 7 all over 2 square is equal to minus 12 plus minus 7 all over 2 square. Sorry about this. What we are going to do next is we can expand this side. Okay, minus 7 all over 2 minus 7 all over 2 square. So 7 square is 49 and 2 square is 4. So that means minus 7 all over 2 square is the same thing as 49 over 4. So we can simply write this as x squared minus 7x plus minus 7 all over 2 square is equal to minus 12 plus 49 all over 4. But on this left side, you leave this as it is. The reason is because when doing the next step, this will come in handy. Okay, so we have the fourth step, factor the perfect square. So this is a perfect square. A perfect square is simply the product of a number multiplying itself. But in the case of an algebra, a perfect square is gotten when an algebra is multiplying itself. So if you want to factorize this, all you need to do is open up two brackets. Okay, in the first bracket, you are going to put x. This x that has a square, You also have this that has a square. So you're going to put x minus 7 all over 2. And in this other one, we're going to put x minus 7 all over 2 is equal to minus 12 plus 49 all over 4. So if you multiply these two brackets, you're going to get this, okay? So since this is multiplying itself, we can simply write x minus 7 all over 2 square is equal to minus 12 plus 49 all over 2. What are you going to get? A common denominator of 4. 4 divided by, this is also 1. 4 divided by 1 is 4. 4 times minus 12 will give us minus 48. 4 divided by 4, 1. 1 times plus 49 will give us plus 49. So minus 48 plus 49 will give us 1 all over 4. So we have 1 all over 4. In order to eliminate square, we are going to introduce square root to both sides. So square root of the left side, square root of the right side. So square root to cancel out square, we have x minus 7 all over 2 is equal to square root of 1 all over 4 is plus or minus 1 all over 2. Because plus 1 over 2 multiplied by plus 1 over 2 will give us 1 over 4. Minus 1 over 2 times minus 1 over 2 will also give us 1 over 4. So square root of 1 all over 4 is plus or minus 1 all over 2. Therefore, in order to get x, we have to move minus 7 all over 2 to the right. So x is equal to plus or minus 1 over 2. This minus sign will change to plus, so we have plus 7 all over 2. So now we have two possible values of x. X is equal to plus 1 all over 2 plus 7 all over 2, or x is equal to minus 1 all over 2 plus 7 all over 2. So since the denominators are the same, all we need to do is add the numerators. So we're going to continue over here because of space. So we have x is equal to 8 all over 2, or x is equal to minus 1 plus 7 will give us 6 all over 2. So 8 over 2 will give us 4. So x is equal to 4, or 6 over 2 will give us 3. X is equal to 3. So these are the two possible values of x, or this is the solution to the quadratic equation. At the end of this playlist, I'll put in more questions on completing the square method so that you can go over them again and again to give you better understanding, because it is the most complex among the three methods of calculating quadratic equations. But if you understood the lesson, I'd like you to solve this question and leave your answer in the comment section. The question is: solve for x squared plus 4x plus 3 is equal to 0. You're expected to use the completing the square method. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one. Bye.